is.
Happy Halloween,
boy,
everybody.
happy Halloween.
Nick is saying you stopped our video. We can't start it.
Oh, we can't even start you guys? All right, let me start you up. Hang on a
Oh
sec.
boy, we're off to some problems here. It's a Halloween episode. Welcome to the VCR Party. Everybody. I'm Joe. That's Captain Nick. There's Steve. No idea what Steve is. There's George. I think I have an idea what George is. But welcome to the show where we watch VHS tapes. This is our Halloween special, and well, let's go around and let's just talk about who we are. Nick, I know exactly who you are.
Yeah, I don't think
good.
there's any mistaking. I went as the sea captain that is inexplicably in the Sizzler promotional video from 1991.
Yep.
Kind of with the fishing pole there and
Yep.
little girl there. So, yep, he's
You
promoting
nailed it.
the catch of the day at Sizzler.
You nailed it. I am, of course, maybe you've seen this video before, a certain Nick Nolte going to the doctor.
Yeah.
We'll just play the video here. Hold on. Come on.
Nolte, who's now 60, and yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing, to his doctor's clinic in Dallas.
Okay, so wait, let's up here.
Oh, Melinda.
Well, hello, Melinda. All right, so that yes, those are pajamas I'm wearing. So I did the full package. I got the same ones. I got the same pattern. It cost me $14. Very low effort. But I might start dressing like Nick Nolte from now on. I think
Not bad.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Yeah, it seems like the comfortable way to go. Steve, what did you look comfortable too?
I am very comfortable, but also watch out because you do not want to get into a fight with me. I have streetwise tactics for fighting on the ground. I feel like I look alive already.
Yeah, Mark Animal McYoung.
Of course. So I'm ready. I'm wearing the exact outfit as him. I am ready to take any of you guys.
A white shirt?
Well, listen.
Khakis and a belt.
Stylist there, Don't blame me.
Wait, did you tuck it in? Do you have you tucked it in? Do you have a belt and everything?
Belt and
Yeah,
everything.
look.
Tucked
Okay.
in.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Wow. Yours might be actually the most accurate of anybody's.
It's good. It's really good.
I don't know. I'm
Did he
looking at
button it
Nick
down
and
that
it's
far,
amazing.
though? Did he button it down that far? I don't know. That seems like you buttoned it down too far.
I think you're right. I think I need to do one more button.
A guy
You're right.
named Animal, you'd think he'd just kind of play fast and loose, but
Oh, no.
all right, George, what's your costume?
Do you have a guess?
I think you're that one news reporter who busts people for being bad.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I
too.
forgot his name.
Well, let's see.
At Baker Tater in the 2400 block of South Shepherd, there was a trapped rat under a potato stove.
If being closed down and losing
Yep.
business, which means money, doesn't get the message across, nothing will.
Yeah, I'm actually Marvin Zindler coming to Found Footage Festival headquarters to bust you guys. I was at the headquarters of the Found Footage Festival, and you would not believe what I found. Row after row of uncovered vegan snacks, barely edible. And the cereals on the shelves were well past their expiration dates, with one box dating from 1989 for consumption and insertion into God knows what bodily orifice. And that's not to mention the videotapes all about filth. Marvin Zindler, Found Footage Festival.
Holy shit, you do a mean Zimler.
That's
Zimler?
a good Zindler.
That's
Yeah.
a great Zindler.
That's
Yeah.
outstanding.
Wow.
Good
man,
costumes
we're
all
busted.
around. This might be
Yes.
the best batch yet.
You know, who's lowest effort? I mean, I feel like the prize goes to lowest effort, and I thought I would have it because I spent $14 and I just ordered a couple things off of Amazon, but I think Steve wins for lowest effort.
Yeah, once again, I thought it was next week that we were all going to get to do this, and I sent it to our group text message. I'm like, is it Tuesday costumes or is it the following Tuesday? Because I've had one for 2 years now that I've wanted to do, but it does require me ordering some stuff on Amazon, and
Yeah, and you just didn't have the time to, You've only had
Wait,
like
no,
the
we had
last
a year.
year. Yeah.
Next year's the year.
All right.
Well, we always like to start off with the Found Footage Festival Classic, and I picked out a spooky one for today. Take a look, everybody. Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
What's that
Right.
reference to? Hold on to your butts.
Oh, it's from Jurassic Park.
Oh, it's
Samuel L.
okay.
Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah. This is, of course, from one of our earliest religious medleys from like 2005 or 2006. It's Little Marcy, the religious puppet, singing a song about Jesus wanting her for a sunbeam. So let's all hold on to our butts.
Jesus wants me for a sunbeam.
Melinda Mixers, take note.
In every way, try to please him at home, at school, at play. A sunbeam, Jesus wants me for a sunbeam, a sunbeam, a sunbeam. I'll be a sunbeam for. I'll be a sunbeam for him.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good, spooky, horrifying way to start off our Halloween show.
And if you remember, 2 years ago, we did the Halloween webinar, and George did a, what did you call it? Uninteresting Mysteries? Is that what
I
it
believe
was?
so. I think that was
Yeah.
the corner.
Yeah.
Uninteresting Mysteries, and he located where Little Marcy is. So if you want to find out where Little Marcy is, watch our digital download of the Haunted webinar. Steve, who you selling out to?
Well, I'm glad that you asked, Joe, and this is a perfect tie-in to what you were just talking about. I'm selling out for the Found Footage Fest.
Nice.
The Found Footage Fest reminds you to make this Halloween a memorable one by downloading their super spooky and horrifyingly cheap digital downloads at foundfootagefest.com.
So horrifyingly cheap.
So horrifyingly cheap. Hot off the presses in just $6, you can own Halloween Heck House, a video mixtape collage produced and edited by the talented and deranged folks at Strange Tapes.
Yes.
Also available is the Found Footage Fest Haunted webinar, which you were just referring to.
Yes.
You can find out the what happened to that doll. A full performance with Joe, Nick, myself, and George, as well as special guests, unearthing the most ungodly VHS clips from their collection at just $8. It can be your ticket into this hellhole.
Yes.
Ooh.
Good slogan.
Good read.
Yes.
These
Excellent
digital
read.
downloads are terrifyingly inexpensive, and best of all, you get to keep them forever, even after you're dead. Go to foundfootagefest.com and click on store.
All right. Yes, I would say you 99% nailed that read. I think you should do all the reads with that kind of enthusiasm, because I
will
think
try.
that, yeah.
I
only word
got to channel my my inner animal.
Yeah, the only word you screwed up was terrifyingly. You said terrifyingly instead of
I
terrifying.
bet you on replay we might find more than one more besides that. But okay.
That was the one that stuck
It
out
was
to
so
me.
close. Yeah.
But yes, everybody download that for this weekend. You're having a Halloween party. Put on the Halloween Heck House in the background. It's a good weird thing to have on.
I'll play a clip from that later too, so everybody can see a taste of what that's like.
Yep. Hey, let's get into the show now. This is this is the segment that I'm hot on right now. Is the Scrappy Rat mixtape? Where is that tape? It's somewhere around
My
here.
current favorite segment too. It's batting 1,000.
It keeps me coming back every single week. So Scrappy Rat, regular Melinda, sent this video that she had when, like in the 90s in Florida, and she just made this perfect collage. She would just hit record, pause whenever she saw something interesting. And so this week, I'm doing Scrappy Rat mixtape of the Damned.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. It's way scarier than anything I've ever played from the Scrappy Rat mixtape. And here it is. Here it is. All right, here we go. We're starting off with some women's bowling.
The heads, they will break down into that a little more of a traditional style where you can just move left.
Now, have you seen the swim?
All right, now listen to this interview. Tell me if you guys think this interview is good or bad, because I can't tell.
So
All
Wayne
right,
Bryan Meyer level, or I mean, what's his name from Cheering Makes School Fun?
Oh, Jim W. Hawkins.
Hawkins. Yeah,
it's at a Hawkins. Yeah, no, it's well, just watch. You'll
Okay.
see why it's bad in its own way.
All right.
Now, have you seen the swimwear contest here before?
So, what are you doing here tonight?
Well, it should be pretty interesting. And it probably might be something that you probably might wear for summer.
Yeah, you are. So, I
Very
mean,
good.
are you looking forward to seeing the beginning contest later?
Dueling interviews.
It's the greatest interview I've ever seen. It's two interviews going on at the
Oh my
exact
God.
same time. Where did she get this? It's brilliant. All right, now listen to this guy right here. This guy is he's such a ham. I love him.
on, everybody.
Listen, butthead over here. Hello.
Yeah, well, you're just taking advantage of your position. Stop taking advantage.
Did you hear his Beavis and Butthead impression there?
Yeah. I guess it's around 1996 or
That's a good
94
guess.
maybe.
That's a good guess.
Advantage of your position. Stop taking advantage.
Now, Dr. Burris is a good friend of mine. A leading plastic surgeon here in Beverly Hills, and if anybody is an expert on beautiful women, it's this man here.
Are you going to be a judge tonight, then?
I don't know. Am I going to be a judge?
Goes toward you.
So that's I don't know what that show is. I have no idea what that guy didn't know the answer. He's like, I don't know. Am I judging tonight?
And won.
And why is this on TV? This has to be public access, but they're from, I don't know. Anyway, we have to
Local
ask
TV. Yeah.
Judge tonight, then?
I don't know. Am I going to be a judge?
Goes toward you. You can feel that. It intensifies your stretch.
I've only heard Flanders sing this. Rod and Todd.
Fight fair.
Several different muscles in the midsection. Let me show you some of the versatility of this tremendous device we call the ab roller.
Okay.
And that's the Scrappy Rat mixtape.
Horrifying.
Of the Damned. Yes, I got to come up with a graphic for that. I really got to work on that. But thank you, Scrappy Rat. This might be
delivering.
It might be the video of the year. I mean, people talk about Sin of the City as the video of the year. I don't know. I think the Scrappy Rat mixtape might be video of the year.
You talk about Sin of the City being the video of the year. We'll see. We'll have to wait till our New Year's Eve show.
What do you think is the video of the year so far?
I have to take stock. I got to look through the database of all the tapes we played so far.
It's going to be tough to beat Sin of the City. There's so much material there.
Yeah, it's divisive, though. Yeah. Well, let's get into the segment everybody can agree on. It's This Week in Flying Windows. You guys ever heard of Zig Ziglar?
Yes,
I have. Yeah.
He's like a motivational speaker, one of the first, I think. And so he made a video that I just found in our office, and I digitized it last week, and it had flying windows at the beginning. And I did something. He makes a joke, and it just gets uproarious laughs. And then there's, like all seminars, it has great audience cutaways. So I just kind of cut all the cutaways together and extended it a little bit. So it got even more awkward than it was in the room.
Is he the owner of the Minnesota Vikings?
Is he?
Is that him?
I don't know. He has a lot of motivational videos.
Yeah, he also does like secrets of closing the sale. Google.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah, Ziegler on selling.
Yeah.
He died in 2012, so I don't
Okay.
think he is currently the owner.
All right, well, let's take a look at Ziegler. There's it starts off normal, and then my unfair edit begins. Okay.
Okay, Ziggy Wilf is the owner of the
another Zig.
another Zig. Yep.
Yeah,
I got confused with my Zigs.
See, I'm totally convinced that our major need in America today is leadership in the home.
Here we got some drop shadowed.
I love that intro too. Like I'm hooked. I heard that first line. I'm hooked. Some serious drop shadows. Oh, look at those drop shadows.
Yeah, there are a lot of drop shadows, pretty serious ones. And then here he opens it with this rejoinder.
The guy literally dropped his pen on the counter. He said, "You are Zig Ziglar." And I said, "Yeah, I have been a long time."
Okay.
God bless you.
All right, there's Zig Ziglar and his flying windows. So there he is, the owner of the Minnesota Twins, Zig Ziglar.
Vikings, but not. But
Vikings.
All right. Well, that was a good flying window. Okay, let's get into this interview. So first of all, I want to play this. So I was talking Sin of the City. That is a contender for the greatest video of all time, and it was given to us by a guy named Brad Ruddy from Iowa. He's from Des Moines, and he gave us a bunch of other videos. And let me just play a clip from Sin of the City. I'm going to play another one when we interview him, but this is the
local Iowa cop show, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a public access show from the 90s that he found and gave to us. Lots of episodes.
Hello?
You know what time it is?
Time for Final Jeopardy? Just kidding, Fergus. I got up late. I'll be in as soon as I can.
you better be. We've been working so hard on this case, I don't want to blow it.
Oh, okay, Fergie. Just have another cup of coffee, and by the time you get done with it, I'll be there. Okay, bye.
God, I hope so.
How is that not going to be video of the year 2022?
It's a contender.
Well, that would be a good bumper sticker. Was him in his underpants saying "Just kidding, Fergus." Like I think that
the
should
back
be
of your car.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, so so Brad, over the last 2 years, he's been trying to find this one video, and he's been on this wild goose chase, and finally he found it recently, and it involves a chainsaw, and that's why we were like, oh, this could be good for our Halloween show. It's not exactly scary, I would say. Nick, were you scared at all?
Yeah, I had to hang on to my butt. I definitely did during this interview with Brad.
You're doing a lot of butt hanging tonight.
I certainly am.
Okay, this is an interview we did with him yesterday, and man, we're going on a journey here. It's almost like a campfire, wouldn't you say, Nick? Like he's like sitting around a campfire telling about this waterbed commercial he saw, one of his earliest memories. We'll just let him tell the story.
It's a
here,
storytelling thing, and Brad also, because we told him this was our Halloween show, he dressed up. He did a high effort costume. So let's welcome. Are you ready to welcome Brad?
Well, I am, but I also have to say this is technically a that it done because he asked us. That it done's are when we ask. Melinda's can ask us questions about anything that we show, and he had a question about a video that he couldn't find. So technically, this is a that it done Halloween edition.
All right, I'm turning off my camera.
All right, I will too.
That's it. That it done. Right there.
Hey, Brad.
Brad's here.
Hey. How's it going, guys?
Brad from Iowa. Brad. So good. Happy Halloween. I know what you're dressed as. I know your costume.
This is just my regular outfit. I just happen to be wearing it. So got this. I have a picture just to remind maybe folks that don't know, but this is who I am. I even have a script on me.
Oh.
And payphone nearby.
Yep.
And
of course you have that nearby.
Yeah, and empty bookshelf. So covered all my bases. It's not going to be very fun for trick or treat though.
No, you're Fergus. Ferguson? Fergus.
Nailed it.
Fergus. Yes. Well, we wanted to have you on because you sent us a that it done maybe a year and a half ago. And we failed you on this one, but you took the that it done into your own hands. But before we get into that, so you were trying to find a waterbed commercial. Before we get into that, I wanted to just show why we are in good hands with Brad here. So you are a regular Melinda contributor. You've given us so much good stuff, and most recently we did the state jingles. And I did Iowa, and I reached out to you and I asked you for some state jingles from Iowa, and you gave us the winner. You gave us Hungry Hobo. Let's play that just as a reminder.
Hungry Hobo!
Hello, it's a wrapping sandwich. But you know what's even more outlandish than that? It's our combo meals. Take advantage quick. You could eat me with a drink and a bag of chips. Baked potatoes, whoa, what a deal. Pardon the pun, but that's a meal with appeal. For real, let the chili chill. You can burn yourselves on
decent
all the
rapping.
Hungry Hobo, y'all, we got skills. 2 locations in the metro, yeah. Urbandale and Westermore, taste this. Easy to find, hard to resist.
I'd say really good rapping, mediocre puppetry. Would you say? Yeah.
They spent most of their budget, I think, on the rapping and saved a little bit on the puppetry, and I think that was a good call.
Do you have any backstory on that? Did you used to watch that on TV, or did you just?
Yeah, so definitely remember it from growing up. It was something you couldn't change the channel, right, if that's playing. And then this didn't pan out for me, but then after I sent that in to you guys, I sent it to some coworkers, and a coworker's aunt owned a Hungry Hobo, and I was like, Christmas is right around the corner. Can you get me one of the rapping puppet? And maybe they're surprising me and it's coming, but it sounds like it was a no. Yeah.
You think
Fingers
she has
crossed.
She has access to the Hungry Hobo puppet? You think she has? Really? You think?
I don't know if every store had a Hungry Hobo puppet or if there's just one. So it sounds like they said that they couldn't find it for me, but a boy can dream.
Yeah. But I think this is what's going to go on your gravestone. I think this is going to be what your legacy is Sin of the City. Sin of the City.
So.
Yeah. Where did you find that? Like, for people who haven't seen Sin.
You hope that's on your tombstone.
Yeah, so the Sin City story, I've mentioned it before, but in college we would watch we would watch Public Access, and that was a show that was always on, and we just fell in love with it, and it was just too good to be true because it had everything. It had ambition, serious acting, flubs galore, everything was shot on campus, so all the sets are a little off. So it was just perfect.
It's geographically relevant to you too, because you're like, oh, that's that's the cafeteria there. Oh, that's the
I mean, I walked around campus every day hoping to be in the background of a scene, right? And it never happened for me.
God damn it. All right, so we're gonna watch a quick clip. I thought this was the most Halloween appropriate one. It's all the violence from Sin of the City that I've watched so far. I haven't gone
scary stuff.
Yeah, it's all just the violence. So if you have if you get scared easily, you might want to turn your head during this one. But here it is, Sin of the City, just the violent parts.
Look here, you lying sack of shit. I should beat your ass.
Don't, Miles. He's not worth it.
Let me go, man. Like hell. That's for what you
St. Louis Blues Killer.
Yeah.
That's for what you get at the library.
So he punched him, and he said, "That's what you did. That's what you get for what you did at the library, which is shoot him in the stomach and leave him for dead." And he just punched him.
I thought he shot him there. No,
he did. The other guy did.
But I thought
in
he
the
shot
library,
him here.
He was shot.
He shot him.
He just punched him.
Oh, he had the gun, but he didn't punch. Okay, I thought they just forgot to add the gun sound effect. All right.
No. But that
This
guy.
This is like basically the end to "I'm gonna get you, sucker" too, where like the bad guy kind of becomes the good guy.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like hell. That's for what you get at the library.
Do you think they choreographed this beforehand? Do you think they spent a lot of time on the choreography?
Yeah, they have the fight choreographer always that sets it up before, I think.
Yep.
It was the same person who did Crouching Tiger, actually.
It was,
the Sin of the City.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, throughout that fight, he manages to keep his shirt tucked in. It never becomes untucked once. Like, look, you can follow it.
I think it's a onesie.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, you can't untuck those.
Yeah. All right.
It's over.
I added this at the end too.
This Christmas season, join Pure Entertainment and Kids TV for all new holiday programming. Candlelight Processional with Gary Sinise.
So shaky.
It's the
so
greatest.
Too long.
It's the greatest ending of anything ever, and that's why I think Sin of the City is going to be the video of the year for 2022. Just because there's so much stuff. Not only is there a wealth of action in the movie, but you got that Gary Sinise scene, which is just one of my favorite things of all time. So
yeah.
Nice
and
work.
there's more. I mean, there's Sin of the City, but then he also has other stuff too that we haven't even thought about digging into.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we went through and we watched all the other stuff that he had. He's so prolific. He does so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know him then, right? Or you met him and you've been in contact with him?
Yeah. So kind of the update there is I've been emailing him every couple weeks to follow up to see he's agreed to send me all the stuff I'm missing for Sin of the City. He asked how much we pay. I paid last time, and I was like, I think it was $50, but like that seems like I don't even think you can get the blank DVDs. You know what I mean? For
Wait.
that, it seems like that's low.
What, you paid him $50 to get those copies?
Yeah, the
Oh,
first
that's how
round.
you got all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had some taped on VHS, but it's kind of poor quality. And then later on, had a little bit more disposable income, so found him and was like, "Hey, could you hook us up with some of them?" And so he gave us some Sin of the City, but then we also said throw in some of your other stuff too, just so we can see what that stuff is. Now, the problem is Fergus, I don't think is in any of the other stuff, and once you go Fergus, you can't go back almost.
I know, as the saying goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we talked about releasing this as like a Blu-ray, and of course we'd get not Miles. What's his actual name?
Greg.
We'd get Greg in on this, and he'd get the lion's share of the money. But I feel like people would want this on Blu-ray, and you asked him about that, right? And he was on the fence.
He's been real reluctant. He says like, I don't want the people that were in it to be mad at me, and so I want. I'm selling these for your enjoyment, not to put on a Blu-ray. And so my plan is trying to get a hold of what I can get, and then I'm gonna let you use your charm on him to see if you can cut him a fat check, or like the giant oversized checks.
We'll send him one of those. Yeah. We'll stand next to him and hold it.
Well, and we've had a lot of our graphic designer and aspiring designers, viewers make potential posters, which I think might help, butter them up a little bit.
Yeah, totally. So the update I have is he sent me a message and he said, "Hey, I don't want you to think I'm just giving you, the runaround, but now that I don't do TV and I'm a ghost hunter or whatever, ghost investigator, this is really my busy time of the year, and so I promise to get it to you after the month." So.
Right.
I'm always trying to start conversations. So I'm like, any good ghost stories for me? And he doesn't ever bite on it. It's just business with him.
Oh man, well, keep us updated. Let's work our charm. Let's get that out on Blu-ray, because I'm sure all the Melendez would love to see that. I certainly would love to have that. Like, you have some pals over. It's like, oh, let's pop in some Sin.
Yeah. Well, and it's so exciting for me and my couple of buddies. We were the only ones that knew this show. I mean, and now it's found its tribe. And there's a Melinda named Adam that started like a Grateful Dead podcast, and his stage name for the podcast is Fergus, right? So all these deadheads are hearing this name that's from this thing, right? It's getting out there, right? It's so
Finally,
yes.
Like what, 30 years later? Was this 90s?
Yeah.
This is 90s, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's send. Okay. All right. Should we, Nick? Do you have any Sin of the City questions, or should we get into this journey?
I think I know where we stand. Let's get into the journey.
Okay. All right. So you reached out. You wanted a that it done. That it done's are where Melinda's or viewers can write to us and say, "Hey, what was this thing?" or "Can you help me find this thing?" And we do our best. But you sent in a request about a waterbed commercial.
Yeah, so let me walk you through it. So I kind of did some reverse math on this. So around 5 years old, I must have saw this commercial, and it might be one of my first actual memories. And so as a kid, I remember the commercial being that there was a man inside of a waterbed, and he escaped via a chainsaw cutting his way out, or maybe a knife, and he maybe was wearing scuba gear. And as a kid, I would think, how did they get him in there? I kept picturing like the manufacturing plant of waterbeds, them like sealing this man up there and then like trucking him somewhere else, right, in there. And like, how long was he in there? How did he breathe? And so I would just like lay there at night thinking about this commercial. It sort of haunted me, right? And then, I got older and I'd bring it up to people. Hey, you guys remember that waterbed commercial? People would sort of like, no, nobody really remembered it.
Well, and where is this in Iowa? Is this in Des Moines? Where is this? Or is this?
So I'm originally from Clinton, Iowa, but most of our stuff is out of the Quad Cities. So if you're familiar with that area, so
and that's where the commercial would have come from. right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like my parents met in Des Moines, and they lived throughout. They lived in I don't know, Mount Pleasant, kind of in that area. And I asked my mom about that, and she's like, "It rings a bell." I asked her about the chainsaw waterbed and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and she's like, "It rings a bell," but she didn't know. So
The problem also, not the problem, but like waterbed commercials were like insane back then. So anything went, right? So like everybody has crazy memories of waterbed commercials. So it's hard to like pick which one is which, right? So, so
because it's a terrible product, so they have to. It's a terrible product, so they have to really go overboard with their commercials.
Right. Yeah. It should have never existed.
Nick had one.
Yeah.
Nick had one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Begged my parents for one. They finally got me one, and every little move you made while sleeping just jostled the whole bed, and that was really hot in the summer. So what's not to like?
My mother had one. I think that might come like I would lay on her waterbed thinking like there was a man inside one of these, like it just really stuck with me. And so, I would think about it. I'd ask people about it. YouTube and Google became a thing, and I'm like, okay, finally, the answer will be there. This will exist out there, and it never was. And I would ask friends. I remember I texted a buddy, and I go, "So do you remember the waterbed chainsaw commercial?" And he responded, "I do, but it's because you bring it up every 7 months." And so I was implanting false memories in my friends' brains of this commercial.
Yes. But there's a happy ending to this story. Okay.
Yeah, there is going to be a happy ending.
Yeah,
and so during lockdown, COVID, they all sent us home to work, and I was like, everyone's like, all right, I'm going to learn to play piano, or I'm going to lose weight. And I was like, I'm going to find this damn commercial. And so tackled it again, hit it hard, emailed all the Quad Cities news stations asking them about it, all the libraries in the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
And then also all the ad agencies I could find. Everybody real nice, but nobody had any answers. Nobody even remembered it.
Okay.
So then I'm like, how else do you find stuff? Okay, Reddit. That's a thing that I'm kind of not aware of, but people solve mysteries with it. I'm like, okay, I'll do a Reddit post. So I do my first ever Reddit post on like a Quad Cities Reddit subreddit or whatever they're called. And I get a lead. A guy says it was a chainsaw. Which, going back to my kid brain, how did he start a chainsaw in a waterbed? Right? That's crazy. And he said it was Happy Jack's waterbed. So I'm like, okay, Happy Jack's. This changes everything. Do some Googling, Happy Jack's waterbed. Find a guy that was the owner, has a LinkedIn page or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I guess I have to get on LinkedIn, right? So I joined the grinder
Reddit,
for
now
jobs.
LinkedIn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm joining all the social media just.
Your pandemic sounds exhausting.
Yeah. People were like talking about the pandemic. I'm like, you don't know. Forget all of that. I got this. Up all night dealing with waterbed stuff. So do the Reddit post. Get the lead Happy Jacks. Find the LinkedIn page. Join LinkedIn. Send him a friend request or whatever you do. Then I go to message him, and I can't message him because I don't have the premium account, right? So then the next day at work, I'm talking to a friend at work, and I go, hey, do you have the premium LinkedIn account thing? She goes, I actually do. And I go, would you be willing to message a man about a waterbed commercial? And she was like, absolutely. Done and done.
Oh, boy. Now you're bringing other people into this.
Yeah, right.
Now you're inconveniencing other people. Yep, right. I love it.
That's kind of part of my brand is to inconvenience other people.
Same here. We do that too.
Oh, yeah, likewise.
Yeah. So she messages him, no response, and also says like from his activity, you can tell he probably doesn't even use LinkedIn, right?
Okay.
So then I'm like, all right, I can do Facebook. Facebook is another way people find things. So I post, this also on Reddit, somebody said, try Facebook. And so I joined 2 groups on Facebook. One is I grew up in the Quad Cities. And then I also joined, I grew up in the Quad Cities, no politics. Right. So I guess the first one you can talk about politics, the second one you can't. And luckily the waterbed commercial is appropriate for both. So put it there, got a couple people saying they think they remembered it, but nothing big. And then I start thinking, what else can I do? I've done all the normal, avenues that you might try to find something like this. So I was like, maybe I need to try the wrong avenue. And so then I'm like, everybody tries to find jobs with LinkedIn. Maybe I'll be the one guy that tries to find a waterbed commercial on LinkedIn.
All
So
right.
I friend all these media people in the Quad Cities. I put a post on LinkedIn with a funny GIF.
Man, you
know, George levels of thoroughness here.
I was gonna say you might be. Maybe we should. I don't know. Maybe George. It's time to go. Maybe Brad. Maybe you can replace him. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, if you want to work for no money and spend a lot of time on things, then,
I have some free time. I have some free time now that I found this waterbed commercial. So let me know. So this LinkedIn post, I get 2,000 views of it. But no clues, no hints, no nothing out of it. And so I'm starting to sort of think like, how am I ever going to do this? And then I get COVID. I'm laying there in bed, in fever dream land. And I start thinking, I got to find this damn commercial,
before you die.
Yeah, before I die, I want this to be on my gravestone. So I start sort of plotting my next steps. And so I'm like, all right, I'll do everything again. And so I do the Facebook thing again. Both groups, I grew up in the Quad Cities and I grew up in the Quad Cities, no politics. And then I also do the Melinda page, thinking there's weirdos right on the Melinda page. Maybe they have something. And then I get a hit on one of the Quad City ones. I forget if it was the politics one or not. But somebody says, I know the guy that starred and created that. I went to high school with him. And so I'm unbelievable, unbelievable. And so I say, do you still know him? Where's he at? Let's do this. And he says,
and meanwhile, you can barely breathe because you have COVID, right? But
right. We're not sure if this actually happened or if this was just.
You're on a respirator during all this, right? But like,
right. So I say, what? Do you still have contact with him? Where's he at? And the guy says, last I heard from him, he went to go live with the beautiful people in San Francisco. So I'm like, oh, of course I have to have this like dropout, right, hippie or whatever guy that's gonna he dropped out of society or whatever.
Oh, right.
But he gives me his name and his nickname, and his nickname is Dewey. And so I got a name to go on, right? And so I Google the name and waterbed, and I get a hit. There's like a name, and it's associated with the waterbed, and it's got an address in Florida and a phone number. And then I'm like, okay, could this be the guy? Is this the guy? And I'm searching other things, and then I go, what am I doing? I've been looking for this my whole life. Pick up the phone and just call the guy, right?
Yeah.
Because at the worst case scenario, it's a hilarious wrong number, right? Like everybody wins. I would love to get that wrong number.
Yeah.
Dial the number, get like voicemail not even set up, like the robot does it, right? So I'm like, it's not, that's not promising. Couple hours later, phone rings, it's that number. And I'm just shaking, right?
Yeah.
Hello? And he's like, Brad, this is Dewey. And I go, yeah, thanks for calling me back. I go, did you have anything to do with like waterbed commercials? And he says, which one? And then I'm like, oh.
I mean, this should be a 6-part like podcast series. As the quest for Dewey. What's his name? Dewey Fox? Did you say?
Yeah.
The quest for Dewey Fox. I would listen to that.
Yeah. So
maybe 2 or 3 other people would too. It's a very specific podcast.
Yeah, right. It's just for me. Yeah. So I'm talking to him. I explain the commercial. I go like a waterbed, and there's a chainsaw, or maybe a knife, maybe scuba gear. And he goes, actually, you're kind of combining 2 commercials. There's one that I use a chainsaw on a waterbed, and there's another one where I do slice my way out with a knife. And I was like, were you wearing scuba gear? He goes, I was wearing scuba gear. And I'm like, oh my God, this is all coming true. And then he says, as a matter of fact, I won the Aqua Award at the Waterbed Convention in Las Vegas that year for that commercial.
The Aqua Award.
And then I'm like, what? That's a thing? Yeah, prestigious Aqua Award. And so, Joe, I think you have a picture of that if you want to.
Yeah, for sure. Let me hold on. Let me get that. Here it is. Here's the prestigious Aqua Award. So he sent you this first before he sent you the videos, right?
Yeah, he sent me. I was at a bar with like coworkers, and this came through my text, and I ruined everyone's time by just like freaking out about this. So that's the Aqua Award. Apparently, there was a real statue, but that got lost somewhere.
Like, look at. I don't know what that is, and also the photograph. He sent you this photograph, right? I assume. Yeah. Okay. I don't think he's going to win an award for this photograph here. But I don't think he's going to win an Aqua for this one.
Yeah.
But
he's not up for one. And then he also sent me his submission form, which is sort of interesting too.
Oh yeah, I have that too here.
Because as you can tell, it's clearly like put into a typewriter, right? And typed on it. And I saw this before the commercial, and I thought it was sort of, ambitious.
Can you read
get
that?
Attention.
Can you read that?
To get attention, make a few points about waterbeds, dispel myths, maintain dominance in markets, and end a sales syndrome.
An end of sales syndrome. Yeah. I don't
know.
I don't know what most of that means.
End of sales syndrome must be like people wimp out at the very end or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not in waterbed sales.
No. Nick is. Well, no, you just had a waterbed. That's right.
I was in waterbed buying.
Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, but the marketing results, he wrote that too.
Yeah.
Got attention. Made points about waterbed. Did he take this photo too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's not going to win an Aqua for this one because he cuts off like half the words. Got attention. Made points about waterbeds. Dispelled myths. Strengthened dominance in markets and ended a sales syndrome. He ended it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's over. Capitalized. All caps. Sale.
So he sent you that.
Yeah, and so I'm already excited. Like it exists. I talked to the guy that created it. Even if I don't get a hold of it, like I feel really good about this. But when we're on the phone, he says, I think I do have a copy of it. He kind of mentions that he also created a TV show that he went around and tried to sell to stations called Day Trips. And so and then I'm like, my God, what haven't you done? He also talked about he opened up a shop in the back of a head shop, and he made custom sandals and belts for people. Just like fascinating.
Wow. I mean, he'd been waiting for your call for a long time. I think he did. Finally.
He did say this. He said, I'm getting older in my life. I'm like 75, and I'm starting to look back at life, and it is so cool to have somebody that is like wasted so much time thinking about this commercial that I made.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so then it was like he's going to look for it, and then it became at least a weekly phone call. He's not a texter, so it was me we were always calling each other. He would do weird things, like he would call and pretend to be a radio DJ doing a quiz or something and leave weird voicemails for me.
You guys are friends.
Yeah. And so he would say, we're trying to get my daughter has a VHS to DVD ripper. We're trying to get that to work. We can't get it to work. My daughter's kind of reluctant. She doesn't want me to send the original copy to just some stranger. And I was like, can I talk to your daughter? Can I go, and just so you know, this isn't some scam that I reach out to like waterbed guys and get a hold of their commercials. This is
so I can resell them to,
right.
So I can get an Aqua Award. Yeah.
Right. And he actually, when we were on the phone the first time, or one of the times, he said, "Oh, you're living in Des Moines now?" He goes, is the waterbed store still there? And so I didn't have the heart to tell him that they're kind of extinct.
Yeah. Nobody wants them. They're terrible. Yeah.
So and then so a phone call at least once a week, trying to see where it's at. And then he's in Florida, so the hurricane stuff's happening there. And so I sent him a text. I know you're not a texter, but I'm thinking of you. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help, right? And then a couple days later, a package shows up. And I'm just like, he didn't tell me a package was coming. I thought we were actually taking mail for the neighbor, and it had flames on the box. And I was like, that isn't the kind of package I would get. I wouldn't get a package with flames on it, right?
Yeah.
And so I almost put it in the neighbor's stuff. And then I looked and it had my name on it. And then I saw Dewey on there and I'm just shaking, right? I'm like, oh my God, he didn't even tell me this is coming. This is coming. So I open it up. In it, there's a couple pictures of his kids. There's a lovely note, handwritten note that ends with "Love Dewey," the tape, and maybe arguably better than all of it is this T-shirt, possibly never worn, but clearly never washed.
Look at that. That is
yeah.
a Waterbed Creations shirt with an elephant holding a chainsaw.
Holding the chainsaw.
With a sombrero on for some reason.
I mean, that's you need to be, not only do you have to have Sin of the City on your tombstone, but that has to be your burial outfit.
Yes. Yeah. In your open casket.
So was there anything else in the box, Brad? Did he send you a copy of the commercial, or was that still elusive at this point?
Nope. In the box also was a VHS tape with the commercial. It had a copy of his day trip show, and he had plugged in the commercial, I think, to show people where the commercials go when he was selling it. And so he sent me that. I was so nervous, I like digitized it the first watching, just in case something got eaten or something. So I had it.
Good idea.
Smart.
So I digitized it. Joe's got it. One other just kind of random fact: when I'm opening this package and seeing all this stuff and shaking, I get a phone call from Dewey, and I'm like, oh, he has the tracking on. He knows I got the package. This is fun. And so I'm like, hey, I just got the pack. This is so cool. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like talking about the things, and then he goes, oh, actually, we don't have power. Still from the hurricane, and I didn't mean to call you. He was just like picking up his phone or something and accidentally called me. So
he butt dialed you, and then your number was probably towards the top of the
right. And I was so excited, and he was just sort of like, I didn't even mean to call you.
Meanwhile, he's like cowering in a house that is
he's boiling water to drink or whatever. So
all right.
So
well,
we have the commercial. He sent the whole like, this is like 4 or 5 commercials.
5 of them. Yep.
Two of them are the ones I kind of combined in my mind, but they're all real great. So I think we should watch them all.
And Dewey he's the spokesperson. He's the spokesman.
Yep. Okay. He's the star.
So we're gonna see him here. We're gonna watch 5 commercials, and you know what? Let's just watch the commercials, and then like once one's done, then we'll save our comments for in between the commercials. Okay. Let's do that. Let's just, because this is a huge moment for Brad, and I don't want to take anything away from him.
I'd like to talk to you about a very moving subject. Waterbeds. Some, as you can see, move so little, motion is virtually unnoticeable. With the Naturalizer Elite, the world's most effective way to eliminate waves in a water mattress, there's no reason in the world not to eliminate nightly backaches with the therapeutic benefit of a waterbed. From Waterbed Creations, we're offering you the newest and finest in flotation sleep has made us the better rest people.
Look at that graphic right there. That
lion?
Is so great. Yes. No, I think it's a dog. I thought it was a hound dog.
Oh, it's a dog. Got it.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know. It could be a lion. I don't know.
I thought it was a lion, but
well, let's ask the expert. Brad.
I'll ask Dewey. More to come.
So Nick, what did you expect Dewey to look like when you heard
Older.
Brad's story? Yeah.
Yeah, older. I mean, he seems like somebody I'd go as for Halloween next year.
Right.
And could probably pull off, but yeah.
I think Jesse Plemons would play him in the Waterbed Creation story. Don't you think? I could see him playing him.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Maybe that's a T-shirt right there. Waterbed Creations with that dog there.
I like it. Yeah, I think it is a dog with sunglasses, I think.
Is this sunglasses?
Yeah,
I thought that was his nose. Oh, maybe it is. Can you write down all these questions that we have?
Yeah.
For next conversation.
I'll talk to him.
Okay, here we go. Let's keep going.
You know, there are still a few people around who think that waterbeds won't cut it. Well, Waterbed Creations, we can cut it. This is just a little demonstration to show that even major accidents can be no problem with a properly installed safety liner. The water is retained within the frame, so there can be no chance of damage to your carpet or home. So for answers to all your questions on waterbeds, stop by a Waterbed Creations near you, where the rest is better and we're better than the rest.
So did they hire a company to do the marketing for him, or is this all Dewey?
I think this is all Dewey. And he told me the story about kind of making some of these, and they seemed very like DIY, like they were just like making it up as they went. But I'll tell you what, where the rest is better and we're better than the rest is like brilliant.
That's some Don Draper shit right there. Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a fantastic slogan. All right, here we go.
It's also kind of Yogi Berra too, where you're like, does it make sense? It sort of sounds like it does.
Where the rest
yeah.
is better and we're better than the rest. No, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it
the rest
does.
is
yeah.
better.
But it makes sense one way when you think about resting. But when you say the rest is better, as in the rest of the waterbed companies, then it works against it.
Well,
You know
the
what I
rest
mean?
like going to sleep. Rest.
Right. But it doesn't work two ways. It just works one.
No, but he's using the other connotation, which is the clever part.
Right. Yeah, it's clever.
Yeah,
it's clever.
All right. Okay.
Rest.
Don't tell Dewey that we had this conversation, Brad. Just tell him we loved it.
Well, the two hosts were disagreeing over how clever the catchphrase was.
Rest.
There's an old myth about waterbeds that they're too heavy for the average floor. To dispel this nonsense, we've set up and filled this queen-size waterbed on a pedestal of soft drink cups. Now, I can't imagine anyone living in a house that's flimsier than a paper cup. However, if you still feel your house isn't structurally sound enough to support the weight of a waterbed, perhaps you should beware of people who huff and puff. They just may blow your house down. And for
Did you hear that line?
Yeah.
That line is brilliant. That line is, and he grabs a McDonald's cup. This is, of course, he's going to win an Aqua Award.
Isn't structurally sound enough to support the weight of a waterbed. Perhaps you should beware of people who huff and puff. They just may blow your house down. And for answers to all your waterbed questions, stop by or call the Waterbed Creations nearest you, where the rest is better and we're better than the rest.
I love every outfit he wears is just magnificent. That sweater that he's wearing. Oh my Lord.
Nick, I feel like you could go as him for like.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be a pretty low effort. I just have to grow out my hair a little bit, my beard, you know.
Yeah.
Pick out a good sweater or a gray suit.
Yeah.
Get a waterbed. Take a waterbed everywhere with you.
He already has one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
He still sleeps in his childhood waterbed. So
it's right behind me. Yeah.
Rest is better, and we're better than the rest. Is this what you think sleeping on a waterbed is like? If you do, then there are a lot of things you can learn about flotation sleep. And at Waterbed Creations, we have a wealth of information to share with you. Everything from wave-reducing mattresses and soft-sided frames to specific answers to your questions on various health-related benefits. Remember, there's always something on special at Waterbed Creations, but what's really special is you.
See, that was a one take. And he had water in his eyes.
He almost drowned.
He almost drowned. And I do, like you as a child, I do wonder how he did that. On a limited budget like this, I do, like, how the hell did he do this? Like, look at this.
So he told me on the first call, he was like, all right, I'll try to find it. And I go, wait, how did you do it? And he said, although it looks so good, he said they basically there's a bucket that's on stilts. He's in a bucket of water or something. And they just pulled taut, like the vinyl. They got a bunch of vinyl and just pulled it taut across.
Okay. And he did have a knife under there.
Yeah. And he said the snorkel thing didn't work right, and that's why he was actually drowning.
Right. It looks like the snorkel is in the water. It's not above it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he has the full tank on in the back, so he must have rented that. Like, I love I love the lengths that he went to this. He didn't have to do the thing on the tank on the back, but he did do that. That detail. Nobody would have noticed. Except maybe you, Brad. I mean, you're the only person on God's green earth that remembered this commercial. But I mean, I want to watch his swipe too, where he's like trying to catch his breath, and he's clearly reading the cue cards on this one.
I will just say, on a first viewing, I totally get why this would be imprinted in your brain, like a chainsaw to a waterbed, it's like right out of Nightmare on Elm Street or something. Like it's like having a cool kill in a horror movie. It's like pretty creative stuff. I like it.
Yeah. And you're what? Probably like 4 years old, 5 years old?
Like 5.
Like 5.
So
yeah.
Maybe first memory.
That would be first memory time. Yeah.
Is this what you think sleeping on a waterbed is like?
See, he's going right at the cue cards on this one.
If you do that,
and he can't be mic'd on this one either. So
a lot of things you can learn about flotation sleep. And at Waterbed Creations, we have a wealth of information to share.
And that's back when they were just like, oh, let's just use the Jaws theme. We can just use that music.
John Williams would be fine with that.
What copyright law? What's copyright law? We could just play whatever music we want.
Everything from weight reducing.
I love that. I love the breath and the.
You can tell he's drowning the whole time, and he finally decides like I'm gonna have to breathe or something, and he does, and he thinks through it and does the face thing to kind of cover it up. It's amazing.
I assumed that it was just part of the script at first, and then I was like, "Oh no, this is a one take. This is a one take fucker right here. We call them one take fuckers." And he'd have to slice through that, and they don't have another. They can't do this again. I mean, this is like you have one opportunity. So let's watch the gasp one more time.
Creations, we have a wealth of information to share with you. Everything from weight reducing mattresses and
He was like running out of breath. Run to share with you. I love it.
Information to share with you. Everything from weight reducing mattresses and soft-sided frames to specific answers to your questions on various health-related benefits. Remember, there's always something on special at Waterbed Creations, but what's really special is you.
Okay, let's move. Let's keep going.
I'd like to talk to you about a very
one more here.
moving subject. In the past, we've done a lot of things to get your attention and make a few points about waterbeds. Namely, they can be virtually motionless. Even major leaks are retained by the liner. They are no floor loading problem. And they're just plain fun. And when you buy your bed from Waterbed Creations, we'll rush the product to you and stand on our heads to assure your satisfaction.
What?
Because at Waterbed Creations, the rest
There
is
it is.
better, and we're
there's
better
the
than
elephant.
the rest.
Yes, there it is. And what's going on here? What?
The elephant's standing on his head.
I asked him about this, and it's apparently there was like a circus going through town, and so he like made a deal with them that they would like cross promote each other or whatever. And so they took their elephants and had it stand on waterbeds and show
Cross promote. What is he going to offer them? Like I'll put a poster up in the waterbed store. I don't know.
think it might be that like they did a commercial and they mentioned the circus in the commercial, you know.
Oh, okay.
So they loaned him an elephant. Heck, I'd do commercials if I could borrow somebody's elephant for the day.
We all would, Brad. Of course,
Yeah.
we all would. Yeah. So I think that's it. So like, but that's where he got the elephant with the
It
chainsaw.
makes sense now.
I don't
And
know the wizard hat. I don't know why that's there, but yeah.
For me, I thought I was gonna watch this and think, okay, it's obvious how they did it, right? Like you remember seeing old movies and it seemed like super good effects, and now you watch it and it's laughable or whatever. I thought it was gonna be that, and then I watched it and they're really good commercials. They're well done. I still don't almost know how he did it, even though I know how he did it. I still can't tell.
I know. Well, it clearly wasn't easy because he was gasping for air. So he probably had like a lung full of water at that point. But at least you solved your mystery. And yes, okay. And
So that's that it had done officially on the chainsaw waterbed commercial.
there it is. Nice work. Proud
Thanks.
of you.
And
yes.
Thank you. And so like we all, I think, have our holy trinity of media mysteries. And so I've solved that. That's 2 of 3. And so I do have one more that I would love people to chime in on the message boards about, and that is this box elder bug emergency broadcasting signal. So here's the deal. I remember in my youth, they would do those things where it was emergency broadcasting, either warning about weather or just the test. I don't know what it was.
Nuclear war or whatever it is.
Yeah, right. So what it looked like was it looked like a camera was pointed at an overhead projector that was like pointed at the wall or something, right? So it looked like a physical piece of paper that was written on. And I remember this happened a few times. The piece of paper that it said it, bugs were crawling all over it. And I remember thinking, where are they? Why isn't somebody shooing the box elder bugs or whatever is going on off of those? Like, why are people allowing this to happen? And so that's the other thing I'm trying to track down, even if people can explain why that would have happened or how that could have happened.
You sent that as a that it had done, and I asked my mom that too because I thought maybe she would get that too. She goes, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Me either.
but when you said it, I vaguely had, because I was brought up in Iowa around that same time, so I vaguely had an idea, but maybe I'm misremembering it. I don't think you are, because you haven't misremembered anything. Everything that you everything that you remembered has come to fruition. So
Well, that's
I have
not true.
faith.
He combined the chainsaw and the
Right.
scuba commercial.
Oh,
So
okay,
that
so maybe it's two different commercials.
So it's
I don't know.
box
Yeah.
elder bugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
once I complete the holy trinity of media mysteries, then I die a happy man.
We'll have you back on when you find the box elder bug video, and then hopefully you'll get COVID again, so you'll have some time.
Yeah. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
hope for the best.
All right. Well, thank you, Brad, for joining us. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And, yeah, we'll see you on I Grew Up in the Quad Cities. No politics.
No politics.
Bye, everybody.
That's it. That it done. Right there.
And there it is.
There's Brad's epic tale of finding the waterbed commercial that he thought could be a dream.
I'm out of a job.
Yeah, I'm telling you, George. Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's good.
I'm sorry. I'm out of a non-job.
Job's not the right word.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
But there was a lot of interest in the chat about recreating that elephant T-shirt. So I think that's my main takeaways. We got to make those as our next hard to explain T-shirt.
Well, I also wonder if Dewey Fox has like a couple boxes of them sitting in his attic. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we should reach out to him and say, "Can we buy your dead stock off you?" And then that's our ticket out of this hellhole, right?
I thought Dewey looked a little bit like Nick's dad in the younger photos we've seen of Nick's dad. I mean,
oh yeah,
beard.
He's slightly blonder, but yeah, I could see that. I could see it. Yeah,
I could see that too. Yeah.
Well, I know people were talking in the chat about is Hunktober over? Hell no.
Wait. Can I just show this one thing?
Oh,
we
yeah.
forgot to mention this. So Brad also gave us this nice mug. I meant to. He did an EP with us where we watched some Sin of the City, and he made us this nice mug that says "Best Friends," and it's the three of us. We've never actually met Brad in person. It was just over 2 Zooms, but I guess we're best friends, the three of us, right, Nick?
Yeah. Sure, Brad. We're best friends.
We go everywhere together, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, Hunktober is not over, and we're going to get more into that in how to watch cyber videos on the internet. Here we go, everybody. As soon as my computer wakes up.
Try tapping it on the side.
It works.
Yep. I'm the VCR Party IT guy.
You are that surly. All right, so this is the segment where we show you videos from the internet that we found. And look, I cheated a little bit here because it was Hunktober. I knew, we're doing Brad's segment. There was going to be no chance to play Hunk videos, but I got a few that I had to get in before October ends. So one here I'm very excited about. This is called Male Strip, and it's a male stripper video shot at a club called Cowboys in Dallas, but it was only released on Italian VHS. I got this on eBay. So I would actually lobby to maybe do an EP mode, Joe, where Albertina translates for us on this.
Oh, that could be fun.
So we can find out what the announcers are saying. Plus, I had a few people sent.
She loves naked men. She's a huge fan of naked men, and she would love to do that. She'd love to spend time doing that. Yeah.
Well, and then Patrick S. and Chaz sent in Vince McMahon very early on. Had a spin-off of the WWF called the World Bodybuilding Federation he's trying to do. And so I've got a video of that. And then Tom over at TC Media Now from the Twin Cities gave me a show about dating in the cities as well. Features some hunks in it. So here's the leftover hunks for Hunktober, everybody.
Is this a cyber video, though, technically? I mean, are these...
No, these are all VHS.
Breaking the law.
Oh, but immediately.
By the way, this is one of the worst quality videos I've ever had to digitize. It was Italian, so I had to use a foreign VCR and just.
But they used freeze frame instead of Angel as a centerfold?
Yep, and they use a lot of copyrighted music.
And street means strip, I would assume, right?
Let me
text Albertina.
Get your wife on that,
And we're already in the second part.
See you at the show tonight, and don't forget to bring some money.
The tracking is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really been preserved well.
The superior format.
Whoa, what was that?
Eddie Robinson.
It was Eddie Robinson.
They're announcing all the bodybuilders.
The Executioner, Johnny Moran.
Well, you've heard of a Dutch oven? This Dutchman's got them heated up at the Taj Mahal. 6 feet tall, 230 pounds of ideal symmetry.
And good evening. I'm John Lastman of KQRS. Tonight, KITN TV presents a 1-hour special. Here we go. Being single in the cities.
Well, I think the average man is probably looking for a woman that he can depend on.
Trusting, honest.
Doesn't think that all men are jerks.
I look for love, something just delightful, a spontaneous personality, something real vibrant.
Somebody that's a little bit athletic. Somebody likes to have a good time.
And yes, people, that was Stevie Wonder in there.
Appearing from the ceiling, a heavenly body, the Dark Angel, Aaron Baker. Great shot. The lights come on, and Aaron Baker lights up as well.
Oh no, è svenuto! Incitamento!
Yep, they stripped to Ghostbusters.
5 feet, 11 inches, 240 pounds of terror. No masking his intentions here to win this championship.
Tutti insieme! Ancora una volta!
I used to do that back when I was a kid.
That is so radical, dude. So radical, dude. Look at this.
I'm John Lastman from KQ92. See you tomorrow night, 6 to 10, prime time, 92.5 FM, 1440 AM. Mañana. We love you. Thank you all again.
There's the hunks. By the way, Joe, you know who this guy is, the host of this?
I was just going to say, is he the chucker?
He's the chucker.
Yes,
he would
he's
do the
chucker.
prank calls in his DJ voice, where he'd have on like who did he have on? Like Rob
Schneider. He had Rob Schneider on. He had Carrot Top on. He had Woody Harrelson on. He was really good. Like he would play like this radio DJ. It was just like the Chucker coming at you, 92.1 WIBA FM in the Playhouse. Where are you calling from? You know, he'd do that whole thing. And he would irritate celebrities so badly. And it was like Rob Schneider. Look it up. Like look up the Chucker.
KQRS, the Chucker.
Yes, it's so good. It's really good. I have a whole compilation of that. Yeah.
So that's I thought a fitting end to Hunktober. 3 hunk videos.
Just because you're like super ripped and super strong, does that make you a hunk automatically?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Yep. Good question. And yes.
Okay. It doesn't matter what you look like as long as you have a shitload of muscles.
100%.
Yeah, even if you're a bad human being, you're still a hunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go.
What most hunks are.
All
right. Who else has got something this week to show off? Steve?
I'll jump in. I got a jock sham was sent to me on Facebook by Mark Can't Stand Ya is his name. And this is a good one because, that's truthfully what his name is. Which, I mean, I'm sure is false. But he sent me...
It's a Seinfeld reference, too, I think. Yeah.
Can't Stand Ya, yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Costanza. Yeah.
But this is Joe Frazier did some commercials for the Clarion Hotel Group. And obviously, you know, boxers are always tough, especially after their careers, because they're just a little bit slower and not necessarily on the ball. But here is his admirable attempt.
Every time I call Quality, Comfort, or Clarion, I said, give me one of them rooms with no smoking. They said, you smoking Joe Frazier. I said, yeah, but I don't smoke. They said, you smoking Joe Frazier. Finally, I convinced them with my personality.
Call 800-221-2222 to reserve your no smoking room at Clarion. Also available.
I like that
at
that's a
comfort
selling
and
point.
quality.
At that time, it was.
He started okay, but that second sentence, it sort of fell apart.
Oh, I wonder how many takes that was. That was probably like an Uncle Bill and American Movie kind of a situation, don't you think? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's been hit in the head so many times.
Well, they also used a theme that was as close to Rocky as you could get without having to pay the copyright. So I always like the sound alikes.
That was a good Jock Sham. That's up for Jock Sham of the Year, Steve. I would say, like, that's
all right.
That's what we want in Jock
Another
Shams.
award we're doing? Okay. All right. Okay, add to the spreadsheet. George, what do you got?
Well, Spirit Halloween's been around for nearly 40 years. It has over 1,000 seasonal stores, but in the mid-'90s it had maybe 50. And one of them was in Dallas. And on October 19th, 1996, the local radio station KISS 106.1 hosted a safety fair there that included a Macarena contest. And that would be great enough, but unfortunately the song was muted by YouTube, so I had to throw on a song. And I wanted a Halloween song, but we're all, wouldn't say we're sick of the Monster Mash, but we've reached capacity with it.
Never.
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 Well, I want a new Halloween song, one that's spooky and creepy and catchy and a bop. And so this is what I think should be the world's new Halloween song.
Okay. Adam's Family Groove.
Style show getting ready to start here momentarily. Plus, I'm getting ready to do this big Macarena dance contest. That's right.
The Macarena here live at Spirit Halloween Superstar. Go, go, go! All right, on your mark, get set, let's Macarena.
Huh.
Yeah. I agree.
Not that spooky.
No, but it's catchy. It goes with the dance perfectly.
Get that sip out and kiss, Nick.
Good footage, George.
Do people really do this for these grand openings?
I feel like they have to give donuts away or something.
Did the radio station give them out there, or were they? So sexual.
And it just goes on.
How do you win the contest? I mean,
well, how do you lose?
Well, the DJ's hamming it up. I'm a grumping a clown. Oh boy! Wow, that really finished strong.
Yeah. Anyhow, so that's the Halloween. It's not the Halloween we deserve, but that's the Halloween we should get.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, I'm going to play you some IMGs of terror. Okay, so these are all IMGs that are scary. All right, we've never seen any of these before. These are all brand new IMGs. First one, IMG 4419, 24 views. Brendan and Laura sent this one in. They called it The Eye Has It.
Okay.
There we go. Like, how do they do that? Like, tell me. Like, how do they do this? Like, how do they do that? Tell me.
I couldn't answer you.
Is it CGI? Is it? I don't know. So it's got to be real. IMG 0127 from Joe H. 19 views. Man in face bandages and drawn on eyes speaks foreign language. Here we go.
I remember this Twin Peaks.
That's it. That's the whole video.
Good stuff.
I don't know what language
Guy's a
that is.
visionary.
Yeah. IMG 1275, 11 views. Rick sent this one. He said, I think this is a video someone made of themselves sleeping, maybe to check for sleep apnea or something. But I watched it, and that's probably what it is. These videos are always scary when it has the night vision. But then watch for a ghostly thing that flies out. Watch for that. Here we go. There's no audio on this one. Watch this. Watch. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
It's the ghost of.
I think it's a flying window. Actually,
it's the ghost of a flying window.
It's a flying window going off for an instructional video about sleep apnea or something like that. Yeah.
It got the call.
Yeah.
I gotta fly.
But honestly, like, what could it possibly be? This is definitely ghostly. Like, they didn't add any effects to this or anything.
That's right. It has to be somebody who died and came back.
Nick, just have a little fun. Just have a little fun, Nick. Just have a little fun, Nick. Don't worry.
Real.
It's okay. It's okay to have a little fun sometimes. Here we go.
Okay. Yep.
I'll watch it again. There it is. What could it possibly be?
Where's the amazing Randy when you need him?
Yeah,
I
we
have
got him
no
right
theories.
here. We got him right here. He's the sea captain.
The reflection off a watch.
Yeah, it looks like a dust particle or something, and with the night vision, it's affected by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
I think it's far more likely that
Mr.
everybody's
Wizard.
understanding of what happens after death is the one from movies. I think that's far more
No,
likely.
thank you, Mr. Wizard, for
The
enlightening us to
advantage is
the
we
watch theory.
We
here.
now know somebody who hunts ghosts. I mean,
think Steve brought the
granted
watch
through
up.
somebody.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Who hunts flying windows?
Yeah, let's ask. What's his name? Greg?
Dewey Fox.
Oh, Dewey is the.
No. Greg.
Yeah.
I'm getting my names mixed up.
All right, just take your medicine.
Okay, and then she's off. All right. So IMG 1489. This is the last one.
Comments was like sleep apnea goose disappear. I found that so funny.
Disappear. All right. This is
Still
Nico
slammed
sent this
down.
one. This is the most horrifying one of them all right here. Nico sent this one. It only has 13 views. This one is horrifying. Nico called it "Say Hello to Baby Goo Goo."
Hi, Lola. Hi, Luciana. Hi, Mia. I'd like you to see Baby Goo Goo. Goo Goo, Goo Goo. Baby Goo Goo's going to do her song for you today. Okay? You ready for some fun? Okay, here we go. Baby Goo Goo's going to start the music. Oops, that's the
You guys ready for this?
I can't breathe and I can't wipe. I crawled out of my crib tonight. There's only one thing that I want to do, and that's to make music with you. Everybody, goo 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 ga 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 goo 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 ga 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 goo 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 ga 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 goo 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 ga 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 ga.
Those are IMGs of terror.
Cyber video of the year. Cyber video of the year.
IMG of the century.
Wait, you're calling Baby Goo Goo? You're calling the Baby Goo Goo one?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. And
The
there's
rest
more.
can go home.
Wow.
That might even be video of the year. Wow.
Claim.
That
All
is
right.
something
Okay.
else.
All
Whew.
right. Well, those
Wow.
are the cyber videos of what do we call them? This week in cyber videos.
This week in cyber videos.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some announcements, and then we should wish everyone a happy Halloween. First of all, we talked about the haunted webinar. Definitely download that. But Halloween Heck House is brand new. It's from our buddy Scott at Strange Tapes. And it's a mixtape. So it's like, just clips that he's found put together in interesting ways. And I just cut a minute so you can see kind of what the types of things you're in store for if you download this at store.foundfootagefest.com.
Fear. A snake came along and bit him right on his asshole.
You know there's no such thing as monsters. Yes, they are.
Be quiet or the witches will hear you.
Surrounded by witches.
I mowed the lawn at the local cemetery.
I lie awake in the darkness, and my eyeballs popped out of my head.
Another truck that rises to the occasion is this 73 Ford F-250 called the Pet Monster.
Welcome
Two American Halloween
Oh.
there.
This VHS
Maybe
video
Lenny.
recorder 198 only till Sunday. I'm this crazy.
Madison, Wisconsin.
It's got to be good.
So there it is. It's about 40 minutes long. It's a great thing to have at your Halloween party or just to watch on your own. So
$6.
Six.
$6, and you can
That's
keep it forever. You download it, and it's yours forever, and you can share it with friends. We don't care. Well, we do care, but like, it's only $6. You just buy your own. All right. So let's see. What else do we want to talk about? We wanted to talk about Chop and Steal, our documentary about us. We got sued in federal court, and chopandsteel.com. You can see all of our screenings that are coming up. We're going to be at State College, Denver, Colorado, and Minneapolis, Minnesota coming up. Chopandsteel.com. You can find out.
And we're on the and then we're on the road to Found Footage Festival this November and December as well. So come see us do our holiday show. And Halloween is not over just because our episode is. The Halloween costume contest, we've already gotten some great submissions. I think this is our 4th annual Halloween costume contest, and I thought it'd be good to look back at some of the amazing, talented viewers and their costumes based on our VHS clips from over the years. Here we go. Here's some highlights.
Still working in the lab at 80s nights with eyes grown used to 80s sights. I created a monster.
Yes.
Walk, but I couldn't teach him.
Clocker, yeah. Oh, Harvey said Fisher, and dollar bill, a lot of dollar bill. Yes, that was the year dollar bill.
Yep.
Maybe dollar bill should have won that year. Oh, ELB, Dark Lord Blood,
Shadow Duke Plasma.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Batman cereal.
Yeah. Oh, the hunk. Yeah, from Playgirl. Fabulous Ones.
Garbage Can Turkey.
Oh yeah. Oh, God, my brain doesn't.
I believe that's Colonel Thompson from Computer Beat.
That's who it is. Yes, that's his name.
And then here's Mark Animal and his pals from that other video. I forget what it was.
With a chunky orange too. I like it. Yeah.
Turn on the power, we operate within the hour.
Oh, that's that guy.
The kites went up without a hit.
Mark Marone.
Tucka. Weenie Brian Meyer. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Hedges.
Yeah. Oh, that was the winner last year. Yeah.
And finally, it's the whole VCR party gang on Zoom. So that's just some of the costumes from past years. I got to say, this year, people they step up their game every year, and I can't wait to reveal them next week. The deadline is Saturday, October 29th. There's still time. Put your costume together. If Steve could do it, so can you.
Did Steve really do it? I don't know. All right, what else we got?
Good.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah. Saturday morning cartoons. We're doing Teen Wolf with our buddy Mark Breeze, and he's a Teen Wolf aficionado, so we're in good hands with him. And then round 3 of Mask Me Another, which is George's game show that I think should actually be a game show.
Round 3 of 3.
Yeah.
All right, and then for EP mode, I don't know if Albertina's available. I think we watch Male Streep and have her translate some of the Italian. But otherwise, is there a Halloween thing we could watch?
Probably, right? I mean,
all right.
Yeah,
we'll
there's
pick something out. But if you have any requests, let us know.
I'll talk to her about it, and maybe I'll record the conversation with her too.
All right, here's the big. Okay, yeah, record the conversation.
It's gonna be a tough sell. Yeah.
Well, here's the big reveal. I have in my hands a suspiciously license plate shaped package here. As you recall, we had a fundraiser on Patreon. We got to our goal. Joe got Pam Cap. Mm-hmm. I got, as voted here, Nick Sips. Ooh, it looks good. Looks good. There it is, everybody. Your donations did Nick Sips.
It was the Z, wasn't it? The Z got you the Nick Sips.
So somebody out there is with Nick Sips with an S. But so I'm going to put these on and change my Easy Pass and
You taking it? Oh, you took a Nick sip
I took a
right
sip,
there.
yeah. So excited about these,
Oh.
and means I get to raffle off my former license plates, Boop Fan.
Yeah. Pucker
So-
up those lips.
Yeah, so send in to I guess I can't really put the address on the screen.
No,
but-
I have it. I have it ready to
Okay.
go. So
All right,
this
go
is
ahead.
what I came up with, Nick, and I'm willing to this is your raffle here.
Right.
Normally they've been my raffles, but this is what I came up with for the raffle.
Yeah, this is definitely my idea to raffle off my license plate.
Well, you're not going to do anything with them, right? I mean, they're just it's
I
the
might
Boop
hang
Fan-
one up, but
Yeah, you have one. You don't need two.
Okay.
So if you want Nick's other Boop Fan license plate, you can write to us and say, now that Nick has Nick sips. Actually, I
Should be an
noticed that.
I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be an I.
Oof.
Now that Nick has Nick sips, I'd like to toss my hat in the ring to win one of Nick's Boop Fan license plates because Boop Fan or not, it's pretty cool to win things. Sweepstakes. What do you
All
think,
right.
Nick? Is that a good? And then there's
I think
the
it's
address
good.
below. Yeah.
Just get an 11 by 17 envelope to mail in that entry to fit the address on there. But I think that's it. I think that send those in, and we'll look forward to that. I'll raffle them off in mid-November. So,
What's the over under? How many do you think we're actually going to get? Do you?
I'd say. Really?
Yep.
The thing is, if it doesn't have that exact address, we throw it in the garbage. So
Okay.
Make sure that you write down that entire thing. That's why I'm leaving it up on the screen for an
And it
extra
can't
long
be
time.
a 1. It has to be an I in Nick sips, or you're going to
Yeah,
toss it out.
sorry, I
Right?
screwed that up. I thought he had a
Right.
1 in there. So,
Yeah.
But as you know, we blindfold the lady and have her pick the entry out from the hopper. So everybody's got an equal chance if you get the address exactly right.
Wearing
Exactly.
a glove, too, right?
Wearing a
Also,
glove.
Of course, wearing a glove. Yeah.
Yep. All
Goes
right. So
without
there
saying.
it is. There it is. All right. So
I think that does it. That's it. We're not hearing from anybody else tonight, right? On the Halloween Spooktacular.
No, that's it. Well,
okay.
there's one.
Rap wants to know: is she being greedy if she goes after it after already having won Joe's underpants?
Oh, did Scrappy Rat won my underpants on the last one, right? No, Scrappy Rat absolutely because of the tape that she sent us, like for sure. No, she yeah. Maybe we should just send her your Boop Fan, Nick. I don't know. I mean,
just send her send her more underpants.
Okay.
All right. Well, until next time, we will be right back.
Wait.
Huh?
Wait. I got a mysterious email today, out of the blue. I don't know who it was from, and then I watched it, and then I was like, oh, I think I know that guy, and I think it was this guy here, Dark Lord Blood. Do you guys remember Dark Lord Blood?
Rings a bell.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. From Best Talk in Town. He was the Satanist on there. It's a video we've shown a million times. Here's just a video. I think this was him. Here, but for people who don't know Dark Lord Blood, here it is. Here's his appearance.
How real is devil worship? Well, that's what my next guests will inform us. First, we have Dark Lord Blood. He's a 7th generation Satanist. Are all your friends Satanists?
No, I don't have any friends, but my acquaintances are, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this kind of knife is being sold for that reason. There's something called an emptium. But it's also being sold for healthy reasons. Man, what's healthy about selling a knife that's a bit...
So that's Dark Lord Blood. All right, so got this mysterious email saying Happy Halloween. Didn't have a. It was like this. It was like a GeoCities or something like that. And so, but here's the greeting that was left on this mysterious email. This is, I think it was from him.
Done it. I've stolen Halloween from all those children, and nothing can stop me. Shut! It's him!
Burn in hell, foul beast.
Foiled again. Damn you, Dark Lord Blood. Damn you.
I would like to take this time to thank the Melinda family and to remind you that scream can't keep you safe from me.
There it is. That's
Wow.
I think that's him, right? That's got to be him. Look how cool he looks.
That's Dark Lord Blood, all right.
Wow, and the hand, that spider shadow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Look at So I think that's the DLB.
Wow.
Amazing.
Well, what a Halloween Spooktacular this has been. Thanks to Brad Ruddy. Thanks to Dark Lord Blood. And thank you all for watching. We're going to go out on the Crypt Keeper rap sent in by Lord Sphinctar. And until next week, we'll be right back right after these words.
And here's the thing: if we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Check out the Haunted Webinar and the Halloween Heck House. Everybody's a puppet when they're dead.
Marvin Zindler, Eyewitness News.
This is the Keeper, for I have a tasty treat, inviting you all to a feast. Only the best of fiends can come. We'll have skeletons of fun. So come on down to the Keeper Zoo. I'm sure it will get rave reviews. Be on time if you can. But this is the Crypt Jam. Just jam. Oh, jam. The Crypt Keeper's in the house, with a groove that's nasty and mean, like the effects of a guillotine. Permanent headache's the end of the mission, for you have entered the Keeper's TerraVision. So everybody just make that dash, a dash to the Crypt Keeper's Monster Bash. So come along with the Keeper's plan, for this is the Crypt Jam.
When we return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy. Nice.
Goodbye.
Gems, coins in Hilda.